Hello everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at all of the new LEGO Star Wars sets that have been revealed for May here. There are a lot of new sets, so let's go ahead and get started here. The first set here is Luke Skywalker Rebel Pilot here, and this is a BrickHeadz set here. This is $10, 138 pieces here. Looks pretty good here. I'm not personally a huge BrickHeadz fan here, but you know, I think that this looks pretty nice here, and I think it captures the overall look here of Luke Skywalker here. Not a whole lot of pictures for this one here, but it looks like a pretty good set here. I wonder if that will be prints or stickers there. I'm not quite sure about that there, but that looks like a pretty good set. And then there is another BrickHeadz set that's also coming out on May 1st here, and that is the Revenge of the Sith Heroes and Villains set here. And this one will be 50. It makes sense. There's 5 characters here, and you get Anakin, Palpatine, Grievous, Padme, and Mace Windu here. And all of them look pretty good. Again, I'm not the biggest BrickHeadz fan, but they all look pretty good here. I think the best is definitely Palpatine for sure here, and I think the Grievous one was done pretty nicely here as well. I like that one there, and the eyes there are really good for both of those there. And then I like Mace Windu there, especially with the purple lightsaber there. And yeah, this is a nice pack here, especially for fans of Revenge of the Sith here, since that movie will have its 20th anniversary here this summer, so that is a very nice BrickHeadz pack there. And then moving on here, this is the Rebel U-Wing Starfighter set here. And I believe this is the set here that's supposed to sort of represent Andor Season 2 here. I don't believe that they're doing any other sets for that series. So I think this is going to be it for that. But this looks pretty nice here. I do like this set here. The overall design of it here, I think, is pretty nice here. These parts feel a little bit thin there on the front. I don't know. I feel like that maybe if those are a little bit thicker, that might have looked a little bit better there. But all the minifigures I think look pretty nice here as well. You do get Andor himself here in this set, and looks like you should be able to carry some some cargo and some minifigures and stuff in there. So that will be pretty nice here, and it's good they're representing Andor in some form here, in this set here. So this looks like a pretty nice set here, and I think it will be good for display as well as for play here. So that looks like a nice set here. And then the next one here, this one looks like a very nice set here, but the price is very unfortunate about it here. It's Kylo Ren's command shuttle here, $70 for this one. That feels really rough, honestly, for this one. 386 pieces, so a terrible price to part, but just not looking at price to part, this stat still feels like a terrible price here, just looking at what you actually get. Now, the set itself here, I think, was done very nicely here. The one from 2015 obviously wasn't very good. The one from 2019 was pretty good, but at least from a display standpoint, this one is much better than both of those, by a lot here. This is very well done. It looks a lot like what I think is honestly one of the best things to come from the sequel trilogy here, and that's Kylo Ren's command shuttle here. So it was done very nicely here. It's just very expensive here for what you actually get here, but it looks pretty nice here, and you can fold up the wings. Now, I wonder if you can actually fold down the wings. That doesn't look like it in these pictures here. They look like they're pretty thin to me for that to be able to work there. But that would be nice. And it looks like there's a video here. Let me watch this here really quick. Showing assembling the set here. They must not have had much to show for this video because they're really taking their time assembling it there. But then, of course, you can detach it from the stand there and, of course, attach it and split the wings. So it doesn't look like, though, you'll be able to fold down the wings at all. They're not showing that in any of these pictures here, which makes sense because the wings are pretty thin. But, I mean, yeah, it looks like a pretty good set here, and I definitely love to get this, but $70 feels really rough for this, honestly. Here, and I don't think I did mention here with this one about price. I feel like $70 feels, it's actually, funnily enough here, it's actually the same price as the Kylo Ren's command shuttle here, but I don't think I mentioned price for this one. $70 honestly doesn't feel too bad for this one there. I just realized that, though. I didn't really mention that. This one here, brick built Star Wars logo here. This one also comes out on May 1st here, and you actually can pre-order this one here. And this one will be $60 here and come with 700 pieces, so not a bad price to part ratio there. And this is actually very similar to the Marvel logo the Lego did a couple months back now. But I think this just looks really nice here. I do probably want to get this at some point. I really like the how this looks here, especially with the black and everything in between the letters. And it looks good from around the back there as well, as you could see in that 360 spin. And the price of $60 doesn't actually really feel that bad to me, honestly, for this one. I don't think $60 is too bad for this one here. And then there's like a little Easter egg there as well. Those obviously aren't to scale there, but that's still a nice little Easter egg there as well. I do like that. And it looks like you can, or maybe that's just in the process of assembling. I don't think you can actually detach the letters there, the star and then the wars part. I don't think you can actually detach that after it's finished being built there. And then there's a video for this one as well here. Let me watch this as well here. And it looks pretty nice. Maybe you can actually detach the two letters. Wasn't thinking you could, but you might actually be able to there. And you know, it's fairly sizable. It's not super big, but you know, for $60 I wouldn't really expect it to be that big, honestly, here. And I'm not sure what they were showing there, but I mean, yeah, it looks pretty good here. And yeah, I like it, honestly. I think it's nice here, and $60 doesn't feel too bad for that, which is good. Here, this one is the Jango Fett helmet set here. It's nice to see another helmet set here, even though it's, again, $70, like they all are now, unfortunately. But this is very similar to the Boba Fett one they did a couple years back. I'm not exactly sure. Like what the differences are between the two, but I'm sure there are some differences. But it looks pretty nice here. I do like how this looks here. And yeah, the helmet sets, they all feel overpriced. This one, you know, isn't terrible, honestly, but it looks pretty small though, especially in that picture there. But you know, it looks pretty good, honestly. I don't see too much bad about this. There's a video for this one as well here. They've a lot of videos, I guess, because a lot of them are 18 plus. I guess that makes sense there. But there's like assembling it again. They really like to assemble the sets in these videos here. But it looks pretty nice there, and you can change that. I believe that's how the Boba Fett one was as well there. And I mean, yeah, it looks pretty good there. I don't really have too many problems with this one here. I'm sure those will all be stickers there, all those like the decorated pieces there. But yeah, I mean, it looks like a pretty good set to me, and the value is what it is. It's the same as all the other helmet sets here. But this is the big one. This is the one that everyone's been talking about here. It's Jango Fett's Fire Spray class starship, not Slave 1. It comes out on May 4th here. So not May 1st, but I think you can get it on May 1st, though, if you're an insider here. But it will be $300 and come with almost 3,000 pieces, so not a bad price to part ratio there. And it looks pretty similar to the UCS Boba Fett's Slave 1 that they released. I guess that was a little while back now. It does look pretty similar to that. I'm sure that I think there's probably lots of differences as well here. But there definitely are some similarities, especially in this like main kind of core section of it here. But this is a very nice set here. It looks very accurate to the actual, to Jango Fett's actual Slave 1 here. So that's very nice. It does come with like the stand here as well. It does come with Jango and Boba as well, like a young Boba there as well. And it looks pretty good, especially from around the back. That's some really good detailing there. And it's very smooth as well here. That's something that's definitely noticeably different than the Boba Fett's Slave 1 here. This one is just much more smooth, and the shape of it's much nicer here as well. And I assume that will be a sticker there. That's definitely disappointing there. That's a sticker there. I really wish that on these big, expensive UCS sets that those types of details would be prints. But the minifigures look pretty nice here. I think that, yeah, they both look pretty good here. Those are definitely two appropriate minifigures to include. And it looks pretty big here as well. So for $300, I honestly don't feel too bad about the price for this one either. and you can't fit both minifigures inside there as well. I mean, that makes sense. It's, you know, it's a massive set, so that would make sense there that you can fit both of them inside there. And you know, you have like the whole inside of the ship as well there, so that looks pretty nice. It looks like there'll be a lot of stickers just from this picture alone here. That looks like a lot of stickers there. And then there's like a little, like the ramp part there as well, so that's nice. There's the back of the box, and then here's the video here. Let me watch this here. Looks pretty nice here. Again, assembling the set again here. That looks like the main. That looks nice there. That looks like the main, like, interior part there that we saw a second ago. This section right here. But then this part you can push down, and that kind of like opens up there. So that's pretty cool. I like that. There, and then of course you can remove it and place the minifigures inside there as well. And there, I assume that will be a print there, so that would, hopefully that is a print. And then the wings can tilt there. I'm not sure about the seats, if the seats can tilt in this or not. You can't really tell in the video here, but at least the wings, those like wing parts can tilt there. And then of course you can like place it down there as well. So this looks like a very good set, I think. $300 doesn't honestly feel that bad for it either here. So yeah, this is a very nice set here. And then the next one here is Kylo Ren helmet here. This one will also be $70 like the other helmet set. 529 pieces, so not a great price to part ratio. I'm not sure if those pieces will be prints or stickers here. Looking at how close up they come to the edge of the parts there, those look like prints. That at least some of those I think will be prints there, so that should be nice there. And it's funny that they're just now doing a Kylo Ren helmet. Honestly, that seems like something they would have kicked off this series with back a while ago, because I think they started these helmets, helmet sets right around after the Rise of the Rise of Skywalker came out. So that, I'm kind of surprised they didn't try to like kick off this series with a Kylo Ren helmet. That would have kind of made sense, honestly. But it looks pretty small. Honestly, doesn't look very big here, but it still looks nice though. And, you know, big fans of Kylo Ren will still, I think, definitely want this here for sure. And here's the video. Again, assembling it here. But, I mean, the core part will be pretty much the same as all the other helmets. But it looks pretty nice here. And, yeah, I think it will be a pretty good, it looks like a pretty good display model here for, you know, fans of Kylo Ren here. So, yeah, this looks like a pretty nice set here, but the price, you know, as always, the price of these helmet sets, not too great on the value there. And then finally here for sets, this is a Chopper here, and it will retail for $100 US and come with just over 1,000 pieces here. And it looks like it's kind of in the same style that they did last year for R2-D2. That, I believe, is also 100, and I assume R2-D2 is probably much bigger than Chopper here, so I wonder how the value will work out. Maybe if there's more inside of Chopper here. I'm not really sure about that, but it looks pretty good here. I really like, yeah, the overall design of this here. It looks pretty nice. Of course, you do get like the minifigure, minifigure version of Chopper there. And it's not designed to be 18 plus here. It's, and it looks like there it says like 1 to 4 builders, so I guess they're suggesting that you could build this with multiple people here as well. But it's not designed to be 18 plus, but it still, I think, will look very nice on display. And you can kind of move the head around as well, so that's pretty nice as well. I think that's a cool feature that will definitely be, I think, useful there. And it looks pretty good here. I mean, it doesn't honestly look that sizable here. So, $100 kind of feels expensive, honestly. But I still think it's a pretty good set here. Very nice design. I think this is very appropriate for this like astromech kind of series almost that they're doing. I don't know if I'd really call it a series, but in the same style that they did for R2-D2 last year. But it definitely makes sense to do Chopper here, and I feel like they did a pretty good job, honestly, here with Chopper. And they have like all the little features and everything here as well as that kind of wheel in the front there. And I don't think that it definitely shouldn't, I wouldn't think be able to go up into the actual body here. I don't think this is big enough for that here, but you might be able to detach it though, because you were able to do that with the front leg on the other R2-D2 from last year, I believe. you were able to. So you might be able to detach the wheel part there. But overall, this looks like a pretty good set here. And then finally here we have the gift with purchases here that are going to be available around May 1st here. I'm not exactly sure the thresholds for all of these. I don't know if they're only going to be available with the Jango Fett, Starship set. I'm not exactly sure about that, or some of these may just be available at certain prices here. But this one here is the Millennium Falcon mini build here, and I think that this looks very nice here. I think that this is something that a lot of people honestly might want that aren't going to spend however much money you have to spend to get this here. Fortunately here though, I think that they do include the building instructions online here. And it doesn't look like a super complicated build, so you honestly could probably just order the pieces for this here and build it if you didn't want to have to spend, however much money you're going to have to spend to get this here. But just as a little set here, I think that this looks pretty nice here, honestly. And yeah, just the overall design of it looks pretty small, but it does look good, and it does capture the main features I'd want to see in a Millennium Falcon thing like this here. And then this is the big kind of gift with purchase here. This is the Kamino, a training facility here. This does look pretty nice here. I believe all three of those are the same minifigures. I mean, they come with different weapons, but I think they're the same minifigures there. But, it looks pretty nice here. 190 pieces there. And again, I'm not exactly sure the price thresholds for these here. But, for the people who do get this, I think that this will be pretty cool here. I definitely wish that the sets like these, they just would release them on their own here, because this definitely seems like something that there would be, a fair amount of people who would probably, want this regardless of whether they want to spend, buy all the other sets, just to get this here. So this is something that I really wish they would release as its own set here. But, taking out the gift with purchase fact here, this is still a pretty nice set here. And yeah, it looks pretty good. And then the final gift with purchase here is Jango Fett Starship Keychain. I'm assuming this one will only be available with the Jango Fett Starship set here. That would just make sense here. But it looks pretty nice here. Obviously, this isn't like Lego or isn't like Lego pieces or anything. I don't believe it's like compatible or anything like that either. But it's just kind of something nice to get here. Comes with a nice little container type thing here as well. And yeah, it looks pretty nice here, and it's just a nice little thing to get here. It doesn't look like something that anyone would really be interested in who's not going to get the Jango Fett Starship set here. But that pretty much does it here for all of the new May sets that LEGO's releasing for Star Wars. In either May 1st or around May 1st here. There's a lot of sets here. Definitely the one that I think the most people will be interested in here is the Jango Fett Starship set here. This is definitely a nice set here, but there looks like there's a lot of good stuff here. And yeah, a lot of interesting stuff. Definitely a lot of overpriced stuff. Not the best prices for this wave of sets here, but it looks like a pretty nice wave here. Lots of cool stuff. And yeah, I really wish this one too. This one really stands out to me because it's a very nice set, but I think very overpriced here for this one. I think this set here will also be pretty nice here as well for fans of Revenge of the Sith here, because there's definitely some cool characters here included in this one there. And then the gift with purchases are, they're pretty good as well here. So that will pretty much do it for this video here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you on the next one.